Hey Sean, let me know if you see me. I just saw a message pop up saying that my connection is low. So let me know if you can hear me okay or if I'm blurry. Let me know, family, please. Thank you guys for chiming in. I want to talk. I got to get this out of me this morning. Hey Puffy, let me know, family. Can you hear me? Can you see me okay? Before I get started, I want to make sure. I don't want to be rambling and y'all can't hear what I'm saying. So I'm waiting for somebody to tell me if they can see me and hear me okay. Good morning, Mo. Hi, Fawn. Can you guys see me? Can you hear me okay? Let me know, please. I can see you ain't here. Okay, Marlon. Thank you so much. Okay. I'm going to try to make this brief as humanly possible. But I had to. My spirit is so unrested this morning because of what transpired yesterday. Hey, Darren. In the courtroom about this whole case with Jean Botham. I know you guys have to have heard about it unless you're under a rock somewhere out there, but if not, you know that this Amber woman, the police woman, was convicted of murder and sentenced to 10 years in prison. And okay, so that's one scenario, but the thing that troubles me most of all is the response of those that were in the courtroom who look like us, and the danger that has for all of us. I don't think we really grasp a clear understanding of how dangerous this whole forgive your enemies or forgive those who smite you or that type of behavior is for all of us. Because what that does, family, is it opens up the door for people to say, oh, look, you can kill them. You're going to kill them because they don't mind. They're going to forgive you anyway. You know? And that's dangerous because it's on public display. How you feel in the comfort of your own home, in the nuances of your own mind about forgiveness is one thing. But when you take it out on a public display and you got the world watching and you in a courtroom and a woman just shot a policewoman with all this stuff going on today as far as the police, trampling over our rights, and you turn around and tell this woman in front of the world that not only do I forgive you, but I don't want you to do no time. I don't want you to serve no time, and I don't even want justice to be served here. And in fact, I'm going to come over and love you, and I love you so much, I want to physically embrace you. Meanwhile, his brother is 6 feet underground. Family, we are sick out here. If you are looking at this and feel like this is okay and this is the way we should be behaving out here, you are sick in your head and you need mental help. And that's real. It's a such thing as having a Stockholm syndrome. That's a real thing. And what I believe is that we don't educate ourselves enough to know about who we are, really. Who we are. Who are we in this life? We don't, because that's why we fall victim to these type of scenarios. Because if you understood that it's an actual disorder, it's a dis-ease in your body. You're out of order, disorder. and it has a name for it. It's called Stockholm Syndrome. Educate yourself. Look it up. Find out what is the symptoms. Do you house them yourself in your own being? Are these some of the things that I do and I feel? Because if you don't know, then you're going to keep on falling victim. And what happens is we suffer the consequences. All of us do. Because now we're all in a danger zone. It's already a war out here. And if you are really, really that stuck on just pray and allow God to let things, chips fall for they may, we can't do nothing about it. Oh, this is all, this is all the reality of our lives, and just put it all in God's hands. And if you really believe that, then you are powerless. You have just granted yourself powerless. And those who make their own course in life and who travel the road and are deliberate in their actions and what they do to increase, the overall, what's the word I'm looking for? Just to make life better for themselves. They do that deliberately. Those are the powerful ones. And you just giving your power up to them completely. We got to stop this madness. It's sickening. It's sickening. And I would care less if it was just an individual isolated incident and that's how you felt. Okay, you in your house, you crying, oh, but I'm going to have to forgive her to help, to ease the pain in my heart. Okay, that's you. But when you get out there on the public sphere and you keep talking about this ain't got nothing to do with nobody but me, I'm doing this for me. No, all of us is involved in the decisions you make. So I'm just so disgusted. And I think we need to do more than just be disgusted. That little boy need to be held accountable because he is not a man. He is not a man. And I don't understand how women out here can actually, be involved and in relationships and give their love and support to little boys with this kind of weakness stemming from out of them. If I was involved with a boy like that and I saw something like that take down, I don't want nothing else to do with you. I can't even deal with you as a man. In my life, I'm going to accept you as my man with this type of weakness? How the heck you going to lead my family? How the heck you going to be a warrior in my family if something go down? Somebody come down and harm me. This is so crazy. Somebody come in my house and harm me or rape me or cause me and my children death. And you as my man and my husband going to turn around and say, oh, I forgive you for raping my wife, for killing my wife or my children or my brother or whatever. This is sick, family. This is sick. In the common denominator, and I know I'm going to get a whole lot of hurt feelings and removals but I don't care. The common denominator in all of this thinking is Christianity. And y'all know it. It's Christianity. It's this foolishness that we still cling on to, that the slave masters gave to us to keep us enslaved. And that's exactly what we still are doing. We're using this same doctrine that helped to keep us enslaved in 2019. And we think we're going to get free. The Willie Lynch letter. Look how thin this pamphlet is. It's 28 pages long. That's it. It's a pamphlet. It's a letter. It's not even a book. Get it. Learn about history. Learn about what actually happened. This ain't nobody's. People try to say, oh, this was a man, was no such thing as Willie Lynch. Okay, all right, I'm not going to dispute that one way or another. But the information in this book actually took place. It's historic documented evidence of what took place in this country, in this society, to our people. Get it? Because when you get the understanding and the information, you understand better how to operate and what we're going through and what is transpiring. So the Willie Lynch letter explained that for this length of time in 2019, that what they did to us back in slavery, that we would still be able to be held captive and under their thumb, even to today, because of all the psychological things that they did to us back then. And so we're just doing nothing but playing out the master's plan. And they use us to keep us in line. This book here, Dr. Na'im Akbar, this is a brilliant, we have scholars, family. We have scholars out here that have done the work. They have studied, they have researched, they have sat and thought for years, and they have put what they have learned into books so that we won't continue to be ignorant of what we do out here to ourselves and to each other. Get the information. Get the information so you can have clarity out here. It's too late in the game to still be ignorant, to still be out here conducting yourself in the same manner as if the information don't exist. We don't have to be foolish and ignorant and doing all the silly things and hurting ourselves in the process. And of course, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, she is a master teacher as it relates to, may God have mercy on her soul, breaking down the psychological information on how we find ourselves in this predicament. How we find ourselves. You know, we say, oh, we got to forgive them. And, you know, family, Martin Luther King had that saying, God bless his soul. He's our ancestor. The man, when he was on this earth and the things that he did, he sincerely thought that he was doing what was in the best interest of his people. I believe that, you know, and I believe that, you know, a lot of us still do, you know, when we follow that type of doctrine. But they killed the man. Dr. Martin Luther King was murdered by the United States government. And this is fact. This is actual documented evidence. It's no, you know, it's not a conspiracy theory. The information is out there. The government admitted to it. They had to give his family money because they had found guilty of conspiring to kill Martin Luther King. So this is the same man that educated and trained folks to turn the other cheek and get beat down in the street and do nothing in retaliation and just accept the pain, the abuse, the infliction, the harm. Just accept it all, because one day God is going to bring us out of this, and God loves everybody. Family, we got to wake up. We got to wake up. This type of teaching is killing us. It's killing us. We're weak, family. We are weak. Those of us who we believe that what we're doing is the right thing because that's all we've been taught to do our whole lives long in these churches and in these other institutions. And if you go there week after week and it's hammered in you week after week after week, it becomes who you are. It becomes your conscience at this point, because this is what has been hammered into you. So anybody else that tries to come and rattle your brain and say, wait a minute, take a step back and consider the whole thing. consider everything for a minute as to how you thinking and how you behaving and how you reacting. And a lot of us, we won't do that. We won't do that because we're afraid. It's rooted in fear. We're afraid that we're gonna not make it to heaven, or we're afraid that God is not going to love us or no more, or punish us, or whatever the reasons. But it's rooted in fear. The reason why you won't entertain any thoughts outside of what you've been indoctrinated to believe. And the longer we live in fear, the more we gonna suffer out here. And all of us. Because no one person can rise above the conditions of their people. Let me repeat that. No one person can rise above the conditions of their people. So if you think that, you know what I'm saying, oh, it's okay, you can just do whatever you want to do, and I'm going to do whatever I want to do on my end, it don't work that way. You know, the cycles of life, the energy cycles, it just don't work that way. We are all connected. And believe it or not, we are connected to this beast too. You know, we really are. But that's a whole nother story. But we out here forgiving folks without even them asking for it, without even them accepting justice. That man got on that boy, excuse me, because no strong warrior man would ever do something like that. That's a weak mentality. So that boy got up on that stand and told that judge that he didn't even want her to go to jail. So you saying to the world, you can kill my family, and I don't even want you to justice. I don't even want justice for my family being killed. As a matter of fact, I just love you and I want to hug you because you know what I'm saying, right now, I feel like the way you feel in your life is more valuable than my own brother. It's deep, family. It's deep. You know, we suffer from Stockholm syndrome. And we encourage the killing to continue when we do stuff like this. We encourage it. You know, if I'm on the other side and I see something like that happen, I'm like, oh, it's good. They don't, you know what I'm saying? They gonna forgive you anyway. So I can kill with impunity. I can kill them with impunity and feel good about it. Because they don't even want me to suffer none. You know, I started just thinking about what can we do, you know what I'm saying? Because we got to be more solution oriented. It's one thing to be angry, and yes, I am angry, but we got to channel this anger in a way that benefits us, and not to just sit around and be angry and mad until the next killing and the next forgiveness for the killing. So we got to start putting our minds in the frame of thinking of solutions. What can be done when stuff like this happens? This stuff can't just go on and we just do nothing, because then we become a product of the outcome. You know, we create this outcome because we don't do anything about it because we feel like we can't or we don't have the power, which is not true. So, I mean, you know, I'm so discouraged about this whole system, and I go back and forth because I understand that, you know, there are folks out there in that system that are fighting on our behalf. And there are some lawyers and police officers and judges who are about as sick as I am about what happened. I know that, some black people. I know that. So I'm careful not to put us all in one box, because I understand we all are in the same box. So I think people like that judge, Tammy, whatever her name is, vote her out. Get her the hell up off of that podium or wherever she at. You know, we have the power to do that. You know, we have the power to get rid of those type of people that is causing all of us harm like that. You know, the little young boy who got up there to do that, that little boy needs to be chastised. He need, wherever he go on this earth, he need to know that what he did was harmful. It was harmful to himself, his whole family, and all of us as well, the whole village. So he needs to be chastised. He need to be scorned. We need to, you know what I'm saying, push him out of the village some kind of way, make him suffer for what he did. You know, and I'm not advocating for violence, but again, somebody might have a better idea than that I have right now out there, but something has to be done. He needs to be made an example of, because the more this crap, and then what I'm realizing too, I turned on the radio, and the talking bobbleheads, these radio personalities, these black radio personalities sanctioning and okaying and approving what he did. And I'm like, see, because they got the ear of so many people. And what that does is that just solidifies and confirms the illness, the sickness that we deal with. Them type of people need to be held accountable for too. You know what I'm saying? If you can't stay on code, if you can't understand the danger and the ramifications of doing stuff like that, then you need to get off the radio. You don't need to be in people's ear. You don't need to be talking to hundreds and thousands of people every day and instilling in them that this sickness is okay. Yeah, he should have kept that forgiveness to himself, Hanifa. I agree with you. That's what I was saying in the beginning. If that's how you feel, okay, then go pray in your freaking closet in a room or somewhere and say that stuff to yourself or whatever. Don't get up in no daggone courtroom with cameras that go all over the world telling people that you forgive these people for killing your brother. That's sick. Keep that crap to yourself. It's, you know, family, going back to this whole, I'm going to say a couple more things and I'm gone. This whole Christianity thing. And the things that we are still being taught to this day by these prosperity preachers that teach this kind of madness as to why. Because you know, they said the judge gave her a Bible. The little boy told her to accept Jesus into her life. So it's a common denominator in all of this. It really is. And we all know it. You know, a lot of us don't want to say it because we don't want to hurt people's feelings and things like that. But it's time past for feelings and stuff. That's how we in this predicament now, because of people's feelings override their logical thinking. So I say all that to say there's a museum. There's a museum of the Bible that they just built downtown DC, not even 10, 15 miles from where I am right now. And within this museum, there's a Bible. It's called the Slave Bible. It's in the museum, family. This is all recorded information. This ain't stuff, just theories. This stuff is history. It's in museums, for crying out loud. There's a Bible in this museum called the Slave Bible. And what they have shown is how the slave masters took some scriptures out of the Bible, added others, so that they could use this Bible to make their slaves docile, so that they won't retaliate, they won't fight back, they won't insurrect, they will just, you know what I'm saying, obey. You know, they will obey whatever this Bible tells them to do, because they really and strongly believed that these were the words of God. This Bible is in a museum in downtown Washington, D.C., showing you the evidence of how they manipulated our minds using religion, Christianity to be exact. Get the information, family. Get it, because what we're doing is we're falling victim to our own minds. to our own minds, and we believe that what we out here, we believe we stand strong on it and firm on it and believe that this is the law of the God and we're doing right by God, never realizing that you being tricked and manipulated by the wickedest people that ever walked the earth. You don't even know. So you following behind the deceptions of what Satan laid out, the path Satan laid out for you, and you following that and actually believing that you're walking walking towards righteousness and you're walking with God. You know, it's deep. They've used religion and they've used God to keep you enslaved, and they're still doing it to this very day. We take random acts of kindness. I've heard Minister Farrakhan teach on this. Random acts of kindness that these Yurugu people do with us. They may open the door and smile. You know, they may bring you coffee at your desk in the morning with a donut. You know what I'm saying? They may even have sex with you. You know what I'm saying? And you take all these random acts of kindness as genuine gestures of love for you. And because we as African people are so loving and we're so compassionate towards everybody, you know what I'm saying? We can't see the deception. We can't see the deception. And so we fall for all these random acts of kindness that these people display on us. And so we start to really think, well, maybe they really do love and care for me. You know what I'm saying? When, you know, we really got to stop thinking with our emotions and start thinking with our brains, you know, logically. Because when you allow your emotions to lead you, then you end up like this, in a situation where we are at the bottom of the barrel for everything. We're being shot and killed in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Slaughtered in the streets. You know, using us for experiments. They locking all our brothers up and sisters now in prisons. You know what I'm saying? And making them work for pennies on a dollar. You know what I'm saying? Our school systems is in shambles. You know, we just don't get no justice. But yet we still want to embrace and love these people because we think there's a slimmer somewhere, that maybe somewhere there's a slimmer of hope, that we can all come together and link arms one day and just be happy and together. You don't know the nature of your enemy. That's why you believe that. And you don't know the nature of your enemy because you refuse to study them. You refuse to understand them deeply and clearly, to understand and recognize that we are not all the same except for the color of our skin. We are not. And these are just 3 examples out of thousands out there that can prove to you with concrete evidence that we are not all the same except for the color of our skin. And everything that walks the earth, everything has a natural resistance. Everything. And we are part of nature. That is the yin and the yang. What up, down, back, forth, sun, moon. You know, the ocean, waves. You know what I'm saying? Everything. The tornadoes, hurricane, you name it. Everything in nature has a natural enemy. Go to the animal kingdom. You know what I'm saying? There's a natural enemy. You know what I'm saying? The daggone gazelle can't just frolic out on the lands eating and just be cool and, you know, live their whole life long. No, they got to always be looking out for danger. Always got to be looking out for danger because danger is always lurking. But for some reason, we don't realize that we part of nature and we have an opposing force too, that we need to always be looking out for danger. But we embrace this danger. That is the sickness of Stockholm Syndrome. Even in the animal kingdom, for instance, a lion. If there is 2 male lions who want to both rule the pack, what do? They both just get together and just both of them rule the pack together? No. In nature, the natural order of things is they fight, and the warrior lion, the one who wins, is the one who rules that pack alliance. It's the one that the other lionesses look to have their cubs by. They don't go and sleep with the weak lion. The weak lion is kicked out of the tribe. That's nature. That's the natural order of things. The strong survive. The strong rule. The warrior class is what rules on this earth, not the weak ones who want to sit there and forgive and love everybody who hates them. We need to get back to nature and understand and study nature to recognize who you are, to better understand who you are as an individual. So, family, I'm just gonna leave it there. The ones who never fight back are the ones who get bullied. The bullies are the ones who will sit there and just take abuse over and over and over again. I'm sorry, not the bully, the ones who get bullied. They get beat up because they refuse to fight back. And when you refuse to fight back and continuously allow people to inflict pain and beat you up, that makes you a coward. That makes you a coward. I don't care if you get beat down. I don't care if you're fighting a giant and they beat the crap out of you, but the fact that you stood up for yourself like a man or like a woman is what makes you courageous. A coward is the one who cowers in the face of fear of their enemy. They cower and they just sit there and cry like a baby on a stand in a courtroom. That's what cowards do. Don't be a coward. Stand up and fight. Fight this fight. If you want to win, you got to fight. I'm out. Peace.